Hello, and here's how I draw hands. Very typically, I just kind of, like use my eyeballs and just look at my actual hand in real life and go, "Wow, I can move my hand like that." And pay attention to the folds of the hand. However, we're not gonna do that because that takes like time, and you gotta go like back and forth. You gotta friggin' like take your eyes and then go, "Oh, I look at my hand. Cool. And my hand is doing this, right?" But then you have to take your same eyeball and you have to friggin' look back at the drawing tablet over here. Let me actually move that. So you got to look at the drawing tablet over here. And because everyone here are lizard people chameleons, we can all do this, right? One eye at hand and one eye at drawing tablet, right? Yeah, I'm right. You can all do this. And so, because this is the reality of the situation, uh, sometimes that's just how the crumble cookies, you know? Ah, ah. Oh, sorry. Wait. Ah. Yeah, that's how it feels. You gotta split your eyeballs two ways from Sunday just to friggin' get figure out how to draw hands. Sometimes that's what happens to you. However, there is an easier way. So like when you look at your hand, right? I mean, your hand's basically a friggin' like pentagon turned like sideways ish, right? I mean, it's got a little bit of like extra meat over here if it's like your left hand because it's like the wrist or whatever connecting over to it. I have like a really big wrist bump on my wrist, so it's kind of funny how much it sticks out. It looks kind of awkward. It's kind of funny, but like you break down the hand, right? And I mean, you basically get what, a pentagon with a triangle, and I mean, if you want to be like, my wrist would have the little circle here. I've seen other people kind of have the circle and a friggin' rectangle, rectangle, triangle, pentagon, and of course the thumb, right? The thumb is just like a trapezoid, but with like part of it cut off. I don't even know what that is. Like a diamond. It's like that is. That's like a diamond with one rounded edge. This means another pentagon, right? One, two, three, four, five. Yeah, it's just a pentagon shaped weird. So yeah, that's literally all a thumb is. A pentagon shaped really funky, and then another rectangle. I mean, this rectangle I cut off, but like that's just because muscles like overlap and shit. And oh look, I look at my hands. I'm looking at them right now. I kind of have big webbing in between my fingers. So I mean, for me, there's like a little bit of extra like circle in between each of my fingers, but each of the fingers is just like, oh, they have like the bend, right? And when you look at them, each one has three sections and kind of rounds off at the top a little bit. So my ring finger gonna be a little longer than my pinky, and my middle finger. You gotta have the longest middle finger ever for when you really gotta stick to someone. Like getting cut off in traffic. That person just doesn't see. They don't see nothing, right? But of course, like, what are these rectangles really like in real life? Because I mean, is your hand two-dimensional? I don't think so, Buster Brown. No, your your hand is made up of the third dimension. So we're just gonna like extend out everything a little bit, right? Right, you know? Now, I'm turning these fingers a little bit into boxes, and I kind of have bigger hands. And by doing that a little bit, I mean, obviously in real life, your fingers ain't actually boxes unless you're a robot, right? And if you are a robot, no offense to you, but your AI brethren are taking our nerves. So stop that. But uh, anyways, get some. You turn these what were previously squares into fingers by adding a little bit of that extra third line, and that infers depth, just like in the brain, because there's shadow there, which means that there has to be light elsewhere, and the brain goes, oh, well, if there's shadow there, that means it's like a 3D object. And you trick your brain into doing that. Actually, I'm gonna keep that. I know I deleted it, but like I'm gonna keep it real quick. And I mean, eventually, when you get to drawing and stuff, you'll block out more and more and more and round out this square shape that, oh, yeah, the thumb. And we're going to do all that. Boom, boom. Now, of course, in real life, if you actually put your hand in this position and just kind of take a look at it, you'll notice something missing right here, and that's the webbing. But what is the webbing on your finger, on your hand, but like a triangle? Now, it's a rounded triangle, but it's a triangle, man. It's a triangle. So, boom. Easy. But not actually easy, just, easy enough. Because that's what we really want. But, like, you can't really make, art drawing every single hand in this position, like, ever. I mean, what are two people going to do? Like, open their hands up all the way? What can you do? Oh, hi. Handshake, maybe? But, like, do people really handshake and then just kind of like leave leave their hand completely open? Like, nah, they ain't do that. But that's for another day, because I don't feel like doing that right now. I mean, just look at it. Boom. I mean, but two people handshaking. It looks like they're gonna go a thumb war, actually. If I just add a little bit of mm and a little bit of all of a sudden these two are engaged in a most American playtime. Playtime? Pastime. Most American pastime. That sounds like an incomplete sentence. I'm missing a word there, but you know what I mean. They're about to go to a thumb war. And honestly, a lot of art just comes down to breaking down like bigger, more complex shapes into like simpler and easier ones to understand, and using the human brain to trick it into pattern recognition. Like this is literally a blob of lines. Like this left hand here. I'm gonna copy paste that real quick and then just move it somewhere else. Copy, paste. And wow, why didn't that work? Okay, future me, cut this out of the editing. Future me, figure out why this isn't working. Future me, what? Bruh, okay. Whatever. This is insane. We can finally be bees. We'll live like a bee. Finally. Okay. So, now that that took me about way longer than what it should have, let me delete the parts of the other hand, and let's just take a look at this and study why it looks like a hand, right? So my human brain goes, oh, that's like 2 or 3 fingers right there. And if I kind of separate this out a little bit, well, yeah, that actually does look a little bit like thumb, index, middle, ring, pinky. But because I broke down the shape of like I combined basically like smashed together the index and the ring finger or middle finger, and because both of those fingers happen to be like touching, and that's a pose that you would, well, with everything else around it, your brain auto fills in the details and goes, oh, that's a hand, and oh, I see the situation, that's a thumb war. But I mean, I already told you it's a thumb war, so that's a little cheating. But it's like the Yanny or Laurel thing, right? Whichever one you've heard first will be like the first one that you hear from that one audio a while ago, or that one weird blue and what was it, blue and yellow dress or something like that. Except that one actually was cheating because some people made it into a GIF that kept like changing color, which was really funny. Gotta admit, that's a good prank. But yeah, that's how you draw hands. You just go, oh, what big blob of a shape do I want? And then figure out the details of how to break it down into those kind of shapes. And then from there, you blob stuff together and then separate out small detail and then make it sound, well, look good enough. It just has to be good enough, right? I've made pieces. I mean, look at this. Great example. Now, it's really messy. This is a bit of an old piece of art. And as you can kind of see, this shoulder on the right here, a little off, right? Just not even a little, a lot off. If it was actually connected to his body, there's supposed to be foreshortening here, not enough bending in this, yada yada. But his hand, because it's good enough, this hand on the left infers, oh, it's resting on his hip. It actually kind of looks like it's floating above him because I didn't really make the jacket interact with the hand at all, but that's another, I'll get to that another day. This hand over here, like it looks like it's supposed to be there, right? That's where he's putting his hand, his hand, and his other hand, very similarly, should, like, it tapers off, it actually looks like it, a little bit more like it's interacting with the scroll that he's holding. And it really is just a big blob of mess. Like, you look at it and it's kind of blobby and messy. Let me combine the rest of that. Move that over a little bit. I, I don't even know what's over here. There's something over there? What? Okay, whatever. I've discovered something new. So, anyways, let's say I want to redraw this hand pose. And, well, I know that like all fingers, if you close your hand, they go to the palm. Like if I just have a hand like this, what? Index, middle, ring, pinky. Yeah, if I just have a hand like this and then I want to close it, all of a sudden the thumb curls in, all the fingers become, well, into about this shape, give or take. I don't know what to call this. This is, oh my gosh, it's another pentagon. Now it's a little rounded out, and I honestly didn't even realize that until making this video, but it's literally a pentagon. And that also is a little too big because of how fingies bend. But it's just a rounded pentagon for on the way up. Now, of course, there's a little bit of like extra meat here because like fingers fold, right? They're little boxes. They're little thingies. Little squishy. They fold, and they're a little more rounder than an actual pentagon. but I don't have to draw out every little freckle or anything like that, because I have the 1, 2, 3, 4 fingies. And this would be like all the nails are facing like that way. And of course, I'm gonna turn that off because I need more space. And to complete it, we go into an actual fist. And if you ever, honestly, for this part, for the pinky on the end here, I always do just actually look at my hand and go, oh, it's basically like a star, kinda. Like it basically makes a stickman figure shape when you look at it from the side. Like here's the pinky and the nail. I mean, maybe your hand might make a different shape, but I mean, just kind of look at it. It's basically that little stickman figure shape, the little head on him. And you can make a stickman. I know you can make a stickman. Doesn't have to be a good stickman. It just has to be a stickman. And I mean, looking at my hand doing this. Oh, I changed my. See, that's another thing. You can accidentally use your own hand and then change the angle of your hand while trying to draw it, which will mess you up as it just did me. So watch out for that, you know? Just watch out for it a little bit. In any case, fist. So, and you make a fist, and that fist is made like the right way. The thumb kind of like curls over the fingies. But the thumb has this big, like, I don't know what to call it, like this big circle muscle here. So just remember to draw that. And I hope some part of this was helpful to someone out there. Hopefully, this art tutorial has helped you in some way. I don't know what way, but it will help. It will help you. Yes, you will absorb the knowledge hidden inside. Except it's not very hidden, and it's inside your computer screen. In any case, have a good day.